It is looking very ugly for Donald Trump right now. His physical and mental health continues to rapidly deteriorate. Last night around midnight, he was having a psychotic meltdown, making post after post about the 2020 election and about former President Obama. He posted several dozen posts that were incoherent and truly, when you read them, you'll be like, they need to put a straitjacket on this guy. This is what he's posting about while the world is on edge. If a war is about to break out again in Iran, as this ceasefire that Donald Trump is talking about seems to have been just completely fabricated by Donald Trump to delay as Iran still controls the Strait of Hormuz. Yesterday in the Oval Office, Donald Trump had Joe Rogan on Saturday, and they held a press conference together while the world was trying to decipher Donald Trump's incoherent posts and threats against Iran to determine if missiles were going to start being launched again, and if there would be a ground invasion. He has Joe Rogan in the Oval Office, and when members of the press tried to ask him some basic questions about all of the lies he was saying about a fake deal that he's been talking about with Iran, where American military excavators were going to go in with Iranian military excavators and bring the nuclear material back to the United States, and that now the U.S. controlled the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, everything that was just a total lie. Donald Trump exhibited that disinhibition. He yelled and he kicked out the press. And then before doing so, he signed some bizarre executive order regarding psychedelics with Joe Rogan. And when Donald Trump signed the so-called executive order, he's like, do you like my executive order? Biden couldn't do this, eh? Biden couldn't do this, eh? You know, and I've been seeing a lot of clips lately also on TikTok and other social media platforms of people who exhibit dementia and Alzheimer's. And if you've had people in your life like I do who exhibit dementia or Alzheimer's, again, I'm just expressing my opinion here. We know that, for example, Donald Trump's late father, Fred, had horrible Alzheimer's, and that's how he died. And my opinion is that Donald Trump is having exactly what Fred has. I mean, I'm just sharing with you my opinion, but it seems to be fairly obvious. I mean, even the Wall Street Journal just published an article, and if you go through this article, it seems to be what they're saying is that there's real deep concern in the White House about his cognitive and physical deterioration. I mean, this was the headline of the Wall Street Journal article. Behind Trump's public bravado on the war, he grapples with his own fears. The president's impulsive style has never before been tested. Then it goes on to say, Donald Trump sometimes loses focus spending time on the details of his plans for the White House ballrooms or on midterm fundraisers and telling advisors he wants to shift to other topics, that he doesn't want to talk about the war. He's dealing with his own fear about ordering troops into harm's way. He says he's very afraid. And then he talked about, that post that he made back on April 5th, where he wrote, Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. Donald J. Trump. He's been running around the White House saying that he came up with the Allah idea himself. He goes, that was my idea. Allah. I said, praise be Allah, that was my idea, because I want to seem unstable and I want to seem as insulting. That's how you negotiate, man. That's what the Wall Street Journal is saying. I just think he realizes that he has, giving you my opinion. Again, this is my opinion protected by the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. I'll give you that disclaimer. My opinion is that he realizes he has Alzheimer's or very serious dementia. And he's saying, oh, that's just me being crazy to be a crazy person, to see how they respond, to kind of mask that he realizes what's taking over him. Now, as I mentioned at the outset of this video, he had this psychotic meltdown at around midnight last night. And here's what he was posting. These are real posts from Donald Trump, from the Commander-in-Chief of the United States of America. And it pains me to say that, but this is what he's posting. Michigan cheated, Arizona cheated, Colorado cheated, Nevada cheated, Louisiana cheated, Washington cheated, California cheated. That's a post that he made last night at around midnight. Then he posts, "Oh my God," with an emoji of like a shouting face. "I'm trying to process what just happened. The highest ranking U.S. intelligence official just released smoking gun docs proving that Obama and his underlings committed treason and sedition, meaning Trump was right about everything. The news is fake and the deep state is real, meaning that all of us conspiracy theorists were right about the conspiracy against Trump. It wasn't a theory. Meaning the shadow war is real and all of our efforts over the last 10 years were not part of a LARP, meaning that we're not crazy. We were right. It was all real. Follow me. I'll drop what's next. It'll be shocking." He's reposting things saying, "I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not a conspiracy theorist," meaning the theory is real. Folks, this is not just some random individual in a psychiatric ward posting this. This is the President of the United States. Shouldn't that mean something? That this is the person in the Oval Office, the top position in the United States, and what was once the top position in the world that isn't anymore because Donald Trump destroyed the reputation of the office. But what are we doing here? Then again at midnight, he was posting the song My Way, My Way. He was posting Sinatra. Okay, then Donald Trump posts, "Wow, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard says the Democrats changed the standard for impeachment right before impeaching Trump. They changed it so evidence no longer had to be credible just to get Trump. So literally treason, literally treason. So in the lead up to impeachment of Trump, the standard was it had to be firsthand information. And then right before he happened to go through his, what are you even talking about? Right now, as we speak, you're saying that, oh, Russia was a conspiracy. In the past 24 hours, you extended the removal of sanctions against Russian oil, allowing Russians to make billions of dollars to fund the war against Ukraine and try to destroy NATO. You're out there saying NATO is a paper tiger, that you want to withdraw the United States from NATO after meeting with Putin's goons in Miami with Witkoff and Kushner. You started talking about special envoys to Greenland and then conquering and taking over Greenland. And you talk about how you want to have these economic relationships with Putin. Heck, you invited Putin to Alaska and he made you look like a fool. So you want to know about firsthand knowledge, Donald, that's impeachable? That which we see with our own eyes. We see your behavior right now every day, that you are a Putin bootlicker. We can form that opinion because we observe your behavior. We observe what happened in Alaska with you and Putin. We observe you removing sanctions from Russian oil. We observe the way Putin is mocking you with Lukashenko. I mean, what are we even talking about here? Oh, and then Donald Trump posts this video right here, "Trust Trump," and it's like an expletive-laced video of like, you all know that it's bullshit that Biden won in 2020. This is a video that the President of the United States is posting at midnight. I mean, the time, if he posted it any time, it wouldn't matter. But here, play this video right here.
Do you remember what it was like when the 2020 election was rigged and stolen? Do you remember all the bullshit stories people told you about how the fraudulent election would be overturned? Do you remember the symbols of tyranny when fences went up around D.C. for Joe Biden's inauguration?
Then there's just more posts like this, just so you know. I mean, I'm not going to keep going. I think you get the point of what I'm saying, but he posts dozens of these. There's like 50 posts like this at midnight last night. The U.S. House is moving for expunging Trump's 2019 impeachment. Then a photo of Senator Schiff, guilty, with a photo of Schiff. The damning email obtained by King Solomon through the FOIA request shows that Mike Morell and John Brennan are toppling the U.S. government on November 3rd, 2020 election. CIA, what are we even doing here? So That's what Donald Trump was posting all of last night. And then during the day when on Saturday, right, when the world, Americans like, what's going on with Iran? You said that the Strait of Hormuz is open. Iran says it isn't. We know it isn't because we can see that the ships aren't going through the Strait of Hormuz. You said that Iran's not going to be funding any proxy groups anymore. We know that's false. You said that Iran's giving over the nuclear material. That's not happening. So you said Iran gave you everything and they submitted, and then Iran's like, he's lying about everything. If you want to actually look at what's happening in Iran, you can see he's lying. Then we look at it. It's like, yeah, he's lying about everything. So he holds this press conference in the Oval Office Saturday to try to distract from all of this. And he is talking about psychedelics and somebody is talking about how women are on antidepressants, and then Donald Trump's like, so is it good for them? Are antidepressants good? Just watch this exchange right here and how bizarre it is. Play this clip.
Mr. President, antidepressants right now are the most prescribed class of medications in the country. Over 20% of women are on an antidepressant.
And is that good in terms of do they work?
There's highly problematic research on the fact that over 20% of U.S. women are on these drugs that are prescribed for life. We have a mental health crisis. And
do they work?
No. They don't. Maybe I'm on a couple of them. And
I would not have.
I
would not
I'm sorry to wait. Like I said, I think it might be next, but no, it is definitely an issue for women.
Then he signs this executive order and he wants credit for the way he signed his name. And he's like, you think Biden can do that? You think Biden? You signed a document with your scribbly lettering. Like, what are you even talking about? Play this clip.
Good, that's a good one. Oh, I wanted this one. See that, Joe? You think Biden can do that? He can't.
And again, you have Joe Rogan here, and here's what he says about Joe Rogan. Play this clip.
It's not because these drugs harm people. And for 56 years, we've lived under those terrible conditions. We're free of that now. We're free of that now. Thanks to all these people that we see next to me, and thanks to President Trump.
I want to thank you. We all respect Joe, and he's a little bit more liberal than. That's okay. I have a lot of friends that are liberal, but Joe is an amazing guy, and he wrote me a little note about this, and I had it checked out. I didn't just do it. I had it checked out. I went to Bobby and Oz. I went to some of the people that work for you, Real Pros, and everybody came back with the same answer. You know, normally they'll come back, because this happens a lot. We have a couple of them like that, where they're not sure. It's like, you know, it goes two ways. This thing, everybody thought it was incredible. And I told Bobby, I said, Bobby, let's just do it and get Oz involved. And it's going to get done so quickly. And you guys did a great job. Would you like to say something else?
Then the White House account's like, let him cook. Let him cook. To which the Iranian social media accounts say, the most cooked president ever. They're right. I mean, he is cooked. So I want to share this with you as well. As I said before, I've been watching a lot of videos too of individuals who have dementia. And this is one that touched my heart. It was on TikTok. But, you know, if you have a family member who has dementia, this is what it looks like. And I give the family member a lot of credit for posting this video to show the signs. And in my view, this looks like Trump. I mean, this looks like how Donald Trump speaks. I mean, here, play this clip.
Mom?
Yeah.
She's at her house. Mom lives in her own house, Dad. You divorced about 40 years ago.
Divorced?
You divorced a long, long time ago. You're 91 now. You live with me, Dad.
I'm 91.
You are 91.
How old does that make you?
55.
Oh, right.
No, I'm 55, Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know where you are?
What?
Do you know where you are? Do you know where you are?
I'm in your house.
That's right. In Elk Grove, we're near Sacramento.
Yeah.
Okay.
But how old am I?
You're 91, sir.
I'm 91.
Yeah, you made it to 91.
Oh, that's good.
And you're
So you have that. And then, at the end of last week, here's Donald Trump saying that he's not a senior citizen, that he's not a senior. Play this clip.
In addition to no tax on Social Security, over 51 million seniors now pay. Seniors are loving me, and I love them. Of course, I'm not a senior, so I cater to the seniors, but I don't happen to be a senior myself. Thank you very much.
Or Donald Trump's doing this where his dementia is just out of control. Here, play this clip.
Boom. Then another one. Boom. And she was ready to go. She walked back to the corner.
And here's an example of him just pivoting from dead soldiers killed in his unlawful war to bragging about new ballrooms. I mean, again, just watch this behavior. Let's play it.
Thank you, everybody. We have a lot of great service members here with us, too, in this beautiful building. Isn't it beautiful? We're adding on to the building a little bit. We're improving the building. See that nice drape? When that comes down, right now you see a very, very deep hole. But in about a year and a half from now, you're going to see a very, very beautiful building. And there's your entrance to it right there. In fact, it looks so nice, I think I'll save money on the doors because it can't get more beautiful than that. I picked those drapes in my first term. I always like gold, but I think we can save a lot of money. I just saved curtains.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Tough to watch all of that. Tough to watch it.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.